Fellas, welcome back to another video. Can we just appreciate the snow-covered mountains, the lasers, what a perfect combo, and the horses. You can't get any more G20 than this. This is a G20 winter morning. Today's video is gonna be an interesting one. So as you guys know, we recently big turboed my M340i, but since then, I've been having some issues with blue smoke. And not just any blue smoke out of the exhaust. And that in the car world is always a big no-no. Today, I think we have a remedy that should work and should fix it. Obviously, this is just water vapor right now. But what would happen is anytime I'd be on throttle and I'd come to a stop, I would just have a plume of blue smoke come over the car. It smells so bad, it's obnoxious. And then other times, if I would rev the car when it's idling like this, once it would cool down and the RPMs would come down, there would also be blue smoke that would come out. So usually blue smoke indicates that there's issues with burning oil. And obviously when you have a turbocharged car, the last thing you want is blue smoke coming out of the exhaust, just because it usually means that you have a blown turbo or there's some other kind of issue. But luckily, I think that this is an easy fix. According to my tuner, Fabian from Pure Boost and Sean from Dynamic Auto Works, there's nothing in the logs at all to indicate that there's an issue with the turbo or anything else. So the reason we think blue smoke is coming out of the exhaust, the oil restrictor feed that goes into the turbo is plastic. And we're thinking because of the pressure, it's causing oil to bypass that. And then obviously it's getting into the turbo, it's burning it. So I was sent a new plug to try to alleviate that. And then what we're also planning on doing to remedy this is plugging the PCV intake ports. And those sit under the valve cover. So then that way, once we get up to 30 plus PSI, there'll be no issue with any oil bypassing those at all. And theoretically, that should help alleviate any issues with blue smoke coming out of the exhaust and anything like that in the future, because it is such a nuisance. I hate driving around with just blue smoke coming out. I look like one of those 99 Honda Civics that are just absolutely clapped. There's always blue smoke coming out of those things. So we'll see how this works. Like I said, this is a very new platform, Gen 2. I don't know if anybody else has been running into these issues with blue smoke, especially with an upgraded turbo, but this should alleviate the symptoms, and it will be nice to finally not look like a locomotive going down the road. We are arriving. Ali is gonna get me set right. We are at Redmond Automotive Care Experts. You guys are in Central Oregon, definitely go check them out. This is basically Trevor from, oh my God, not my lip. Just gotta take a deep breath. We're just gonna meditate. All right, let's get this job done. So we successfully dropped off the 340 with Ali. It'll probably take him about a day to do the install. So I thought in the time being, who needs an Uber, man? We're just gonna enjoy this beautiful day, go on a nice walk, breathe in the fresh air, see all the animals, breathe in all the fumes next to the road, because this is what it's all about. I mean, this is race car things. You know, you gotta walk after you drop your car off. We don't need no taxi out here. But I think I might be lost. We're gonna hit up Johnny's joint. We're gonna go to Johnny's joint. How about that, huh? Look at this. I don't know about you guys, but I love walking. I try to get an opportunity to walk whenever I can. You know, it's how I naturally keep my boost up, how I naturally keep my ethanol up. You just gotta get that vitamin D, baby. Alrighty guys, here she blows. I just picked the car up from Ali, and my oh my. He didn't have to do this at all, but he was kind enough to give me a full detail. This car has not seen a bath in probably 2 months, so shout out to him. Oh my gosh, this car is, the Portimao Blue right now is straight howling. I mean, look at this. Obviously, of course, it just has to rain right after. That's just my luck. Finally see the satin in the wheels again. I just forgot how good this thing looks. Check her out. Woo! So it seems like the entire install went successful. They didn't have any issues plugging the PCV intake ports, as well as putting that little plug in the oil restrictor line going into the turbo. If all's good, I should not have any more blue smoke coming out of this car. And it seems like it's actually a pretty common issue with the Gen 2s. I saw a video on YouTube not too long ago on an M340i, did the exact same turbo setup. Obviously it's a Gen 2, and on the dyno, it was literally spitting out blue smoke. There's even people commenting saying blue smoke, question mark. So I think a lot of people are running into this and nobody really knows what to do. Fellas, if you guys have a Gen 2 and you do have blue smoke after an upgraded turbo, I would highly recommend that you guys look into the fixes that I did, especially if you don't want to be going around puffing like a steam engine, baby, because we don't want this. We want the port injection, we don't want the oil injection. This right here is obviously water vapor. I mean, it's been raining, the car's been sitting for a little bit, so I'm not worried about that, but it'll be a good test once I start driving this thing to see if we actually get blue smoke. And I mean, what would be a better test than giving this thing a rev? Remember, there's still gonna be a little bit of oil residue in the exhaust, probably just from sitting in there previously. If anything, we might still get some blue smoke. It will just be interesting once I rev it, how much there really will be. Alrighty, fire in the hole. You see it? That right there, fellas, is blue smoke. And look at how much water vapor's in there. So I'm just gonna hope and pretend that that blue smoke right there is just the residual that's left over in my exhaust system. I'm gonna give it one more rev and we're gonna see how much comes out that time. But really the only way I'm gonna know if this actually fixed the issue, I was told to drive this thing hard for about 500 miles or so and it should clear up after this fix.
Thomas the Tank Engine, baby.
Yeah, we definitely still have blue smoke. But like I said, this could just be the residual. I need to actually drive it for about 500 miles for us to really know if it's fixed. In case you guys didn't know, my next plan for this car is to upgrade my fueling. I'm just at that point where it's like, I need more. You know, it's a never-ending rabbit hole. I was like, yeah, we can do E30 on this turbo, that's all I need. And then pretty much a month into it, I'm like, yeah, I want full boogie. I just want to go all in. I think what really sparked it is this altercation I had with a Hellcat on the highway. Let's just say we got after it and we were literally just pulling neck and neck. I mean, after that, I just had a eureka moment and I just thought to myself, why am I neck and neck right now with a Hellcat? I did all this stuff to my car. You know, I got this BMW juiced up. I got this G20 rolling for me to literally be stuck neck and neck with a Mopar person. And after that, it got me fired up. I'm like, dude, we gotta go all in. I'm doing fueling, I'm doing transmission, I'm doing whatever it takes to where this car is still a sleeper. It's a daily driver, but if I pull up next to one of those cars, whether it be a Hellcat, Z06, Mustang, we're not losing to them. That's all I'm saying. So I know for us to get to that point, we have to do 60 to 130 in 6 seconds. Most of those cars do it in low 7s, mid 7s. So as long as we're in the 6 second, 60, 130, we're gonna be perfect. We are never losing to a cat again.
Hell yeah, brother, burn it. Burn it, brother. Whoa! Whoa!
Alrighty, so we had to make a quick pit stop at the grocery store. You already know for Halloween, we had to pick up some jalapenos, some Pillsbury Doughboy croissants, because we're gonna make some Halloween little critters with the girlfriend. You know, it's Halloween, it's one of my favorite holidays. We're gonna have some fun tonight. It's my first time really getting spooky with the baking, and she loves to bake, so. But anyways, what I really wanted to show you guys is check this out. My XHP flash tool said I was stage 0. I just had to re-flash it. There's no way this entire time I was driving with no XHP flash whatsoever. It's like, no wonder my car felt slower. I must have had all the torque limiters. But the part that doesn't make any sense to me is, am I supposed to re-flash with XHP every time I flash this car on my normal tune? That just seems super redundant. I mean, I thought once this car's flashed, I don't have to mess with it. Apparently now we're stage 3, but I am definitely a little bit more excited because if that was really the case, then we've been missing out. So I am gonna do some data logging right now. I just got sent another file. Right now we are currently on E29. We're gonna switch traction off, sport. We should be good. But anyways, man, this is gonna be definitely interesting. Oh, now we're up to 30. Oh, now we're down to 29. So yeah, we're gonna get a couple revisions with this guy right here. Enjoy the blue sky, and now all of a sudden that it's not raining. I'm so curious to see if I notice my transmission is any different. There's no way that we were on stage 0 this entire time. That doesn't make any sense. I don't even notice any difference right now transmission wise. I'm just gonna assume it was bugged out and the car had no idea we had that flash, but it's weird that when I obviously plugged in, it was showing it as 0, like it's saying that there's currently no transmission tune. If this entire time I've been limited by the torque limiters, oh my gosh, it might be time for me to whip out the Draggy after these logs. Also, I haven't really been noticing as much blue smoke when I'm coming to a stop, which is good. So I think it's definitely working, but like I said earlier, I'm gonna have no idea until I actually drive this car hard and really come off like full throttle to a stop. If I don't get any blue smoke then after 500 miles, then it's a success. Let's see how aggressive my upshifts are. Ready? No, man, I don't know. Wait a minute, we might actually have just been on stage 0. Let me try that one more time. Ooh. That's sounding a little bit more like a C7 Z06, like a wah. I don't know if you guys have ever heard those cars in the manual when they rev match, but it is like the most satisfying sound ever. It's so nasty, man. And this car actually does a good job when it, you know, rev matches. It's aggressive and I like that. A little passenger POV here. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not even trolling right now, but it already feels faster in lower gears, which I think those might be the torque limiters. Yo, that gets me fired up though. If we're really about to tap back into that stage 3 XHP, woo, this car is gonna unlock. I highly recommend if you guys have a B58 platform with a ZF transmission, or ZF like the Canadians like to say, definitely look into XHP. It is going to make your driving experience that much better. I don't know, man. It's shifting so quick. I feel like stock though, it still shifts really quick, but that felt really quick. This will be a good test here. Ooh, that felt pretty quick. So we're gonna do a 4th gear, 2,500 RPM all the way out. That right there is officially how you log. We'll do a quick 3rd gear, 2,500. Oh yeah, I think we feel faster. I think XHP stage 3 is what we've been looking for. I think it's what we've been missing. I don't know how I have to re-flash it every single time. If so, that's super annoying. At least I figured that out. All right, guys, I just decided to whip out the Draggy just to see where we're at right now. And I have some really interesting data here. Whew, let's dive into this. So we did a 1/4 mile in 11.69 at 124 miles an hour. Our 0 to 60 was 3.89 seconds, and our 60 to 130 was 891. The thing is, though, I didn't actually launch the car. I just mashed the gas and went. I didn't build boost. I didn't do anything. So that is why our 0 to 60 is really bad. And then probably our 1/4 mile. And it is raining outside, so that's gonna affect our traction a little bit too. But the big one here is our elevation with a DA of 31 as well. So that's gonna play a little bit of a role into our times. And then we are also going a little bit up a slope. Nonetheless, this is still really interesting data. 8 seconds, 60 to 130 just feels so slow to me. Like, it's quick, don't get me wrong, it's a super quick time. I'm looking to be in the 6s. So I know that this car probably at its best, at least right now in its current revision, would probably run like a 7.9 at sea level, optimal conditions, maybe a little faster than that, but still, we can't be in the 7s. We got to be in those 6s. And then same thing with a 1/4 mile. I know this car would definitely run in the 10s. You know, if I actually launched it, it'd be really cool to see it in the 10s without actually launching, putting your foot down and mashing it at a stop. So fellas, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It really does mean a lot that you guys are supporting the channel. We're just getting started, so obviously, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I'm still learning about the car, learning about this platform, but it's exciting. I mean, there's a lot to look forward to. And I know once I have that fueling, that's when it's really gonna get fun, because this, oh my gosh, OBD port. I gotta code this in. I know there's a way to do it on Beamer code. Or Bimmer code. But anyways, like I was saying, I really do appreciate the support, and I look forward to going on this journey with all of you guys. In the meantime, hope you have a good Halloween. Give me some more horsepower. Give me some more horsepower.